Good morning, Belen. I'm Brandon Lubian.
And I'm Raul Rodriguez. Welcome to this edition of WBLN for today, October 5th, 2016. Category 4 Hurricane Mathew slammed into Haiti's southwestern coast early Tuesday morning and into Cuba Tuesday night. Haiti's Civil Protection Agency is reporting one man has drowned as a result of the storm, raising Mathew's death toll to at least 3 lives. Threatening floods, landslides, and sustained winds up to 145 miles per hour are expected, and residents are bracing for the region's strongest storm in nearly a decade. Organizations are standing by to help emergency relief. As the storm moves north, stores are trying to make it easy for Florida residents to prepare for hurricane, but keeping stock is becoming difficult. Empty shelves and lines are stretching down the aisles and becoming more evident. As for schools in Broward County, they've already declared that school will not be taking place during Thursday and Friday. Dade County has canceled all after-school activities, but has not determined if there will be any school on Thursday or Friday. Belen does follow the Miami-Dade County Schools lead, so more to come on their decision.
Belen Jesuit will be following Miami-Dade County Public Schools lead to determine any school closings. As of right now, all after-school and evening activities on Wednesday, October 5th have been canceled at Belen. We encourage our families to stay tuned to our website and our social media pages for information regarding possible closing.
Governor Rick Scott has said that if Hurricane Mathew hits the state, we'll see massive destruction.
I'm here with Stephen Kais to see exactly what's going on with Hurricane Mathew. So Stephen, this is going to be the largest storm to hit us since 2005 Wilma. So what are we expecting?
Well, you're absolutely right. It's going to be the largest since 2005 Hurricane Wilma. We're definitely seeing a very serious storm. Let's check out the maps. So let's talk about the recipe for a hurricane. This is exactly what I call the perfect storm. What you need for a hurricane are precursor storms, you need warm water, and light wind shear. What we have starting here from the Bahamas and the Hispaniola region, we have a lot of warm water coming from the equator. And you see that's going to be bringing all this warm water up to the atmosphere for the hurricane to be feeding off of. Now last night it passed through Cuba and it actually went down to 129 miles per hour with 9-mile-per-hour wind shear pushing it further north. Now because of the landmass of Cuba, it was bringing it up closer towards Miami. It started following this pathway up here to bring it to South Florida. Now this is considered a Category 3 at the moment. However, since there's a lot of warm water coming up here, the hurricane still has a lot of time to strengthen and actually hit us as a Category 4. However, we're not too sure what the gale force winds will be on land when it finally hits. When is it going to hit? We're expecting for it to hit tomorrow towards midday around the afternoon, but we should be seeing the bulk of the heavy storms towards Thursday night and maybe even moving into Friday morning. So it seems that we're going to be dealing with this storm for quite a while.
All right, well, seeing that the student body was probably oldest at 7 and during Hurricane Wilma, what can we expect now that we're older? How can we participate in helping prepare for this storm, as it will probably be our first storm that we're going to ride out?
Well, a few things that I've had experience with and that the National Hurricane Advisories recommend is, first thing, you have to get water. So the idea is 1 gallon of water per person per day. This seems to only be a 24-hour to 36-hour event. So you're really only going to need, maybe if it's a household of 4, maybe 4 gallons of water. An extra gallon for sanitation, like washing your hands, is also recommendable. Another thing that they say that we should have are non-perishable foods. Because it's just one day, you can go ahead and grab fruits as well, like bananas, apples, but generally the idea is to grab like snacks like bags of chips or peanuts if you're able to, something that you don't have to cook. If you have generators, now's the time to start powering them up, make sure they have fuel. Another thing, if you have a car, get gas for your car because the electricity is definitely going to cut out over this storm. It's an absolute definite. It will cut out, so you need to make sure that you have gas in your car for the days preceding. And you definitely need to make sure that you have your hurricane shutters up if you have them, or if you have hurricane-proof glass, that's great. If you don't, please stay away from the glass. And that should be it for the Hurricane Watch.
All right, thank you so very much, Stephen. Now, we're moving into the vice presidential election. In an election year, and attention is on Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, their vice presidential candidates got their time in the spotlight last night, participating in their only debate. Mr. Kaine took the offensive last night against both Trump and his vice presidential candidate, Mr. Pence. He cut Mr. Pence off multiple times throughout the debate. On the other side, Mr. Pence kept his demeanor and overall delivery very calm and professional. However, whenever posed to defend Donald Trump, he mostly avoided doing so and switching the subject quickly.
Well, thank you very much, guys. Today's going to be looking a lot nicer throughout the day, but towards the afternoon, it's going to get a lot uglier, what with Hurricane Mathew coming in. But let's check out the stats for the rest of today. We're looking at temperatures today of a high of 87 to low of 76. Relative humidity is around 73% today. Winds are coming north-northwest at 13 miles per hour. And like I said, those scattered thunderstorms are going to be meeting us towards the afternoon with an 80% chance of rain throughout the day. Taking a look at the next 3 days, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we're looking at highs in the high 80s, lows in the high to mid 70s. Definitely an 80% chance of rain on Thursday, but that's going to be going away Friday and Saturday with the passing of Hurricane Mathew. That'll be all for weather. Now let's bounce it on to sports.
Thank you, Stephen, and good morning, Wolverine Nation. The Varsity Golf Team finished 7th out of 16 teams in the Maverick Classic at the Jacaranda Golf Club. Leading the way for the Wolverines were Enrique Vida, Beto Perez, and Daniel Chavez, with scores of 76, 77, and 79 for a score of 313. This is the first time this year Belen has put up 3 scores in the 70s in an 18-hole tournament. It was a great test for the team leading up to districts, where the goal will be to put up 4 scores in the 70s. It looks like the team is headed in the right direction, as we have a lot to look forward to, says Coach Portela. Let's talk Hurricanes. And I'm not talking Mathew. The Miami Hurricanes are getting ready to face their biggest rivals, Florida State. Florida State comes into the game with 2 losses already, while UM is sitting pretty at 4-0. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff at Hard Rock Stadium Saturday night, as the Canes and Mark Richt look for a marquee victory against the Noles. The baseball playoffs started with a dramatic thriller. Jose Bautista homered to left in the 2nd inning to start all scoring. Then Mark Trumbo hit a 2-run home run for the Orioles to lead 2-1. And with the game tied in the 11th inning and runners on the corners, Edwin Encarnacion hits a walk-off home run against Ubaldo Jimenez to advance the Blue Jays to the next round versus the Texas Rangers. The Mets and Giants will square off tonight in a win-or-go-home wildcard game. You better believe that the pitching will be strong, as 2 of the game's best will be on the bump. It's going to be Madison Bumgarners for the Giants and Noah Syndergaard for the Mets. The game is an 8:10 start on ESPN. The Miami Heat played their first game without legend Dwayne Wade. No Wade, no problem. The Heat defeat the Wizards 106-95 in what was a game dominated by the start. Hassan Whiteside led all scoring with 20 points and also added 13 rebounds to his stat line. This was all done in only 23 minutes of play. Their next game will be against the Nets. Well, Barry Bonds is out as a Marlins hitting coach. After just one season, Bonds was dropped from the Major League coaching staff, as were third base coach Lenny Harris and bullpen coach Reed Cornelius. The changes came one day after the Marlins finished a disappointing 79-82. They faded down the stretch and failed to reach the postseason for the 13th consecutive year. Bonds, the Major League all-time home run king, was hired before the 2016 season to bring improvement to a subpar offense that had ranked next to last in runs scored the previous season. The Marlins this season scored 665 runs, which was third to last in the National League. Thank you. That's all for sports. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Danny. Now be sure to follow us on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook for all the latest news and pictures. I'm Brandon Lubian.
And I'm Raul Rodriguez. Well, from everyone here at WBLN, have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and stay golden, Wolverines.